What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. And guys, I want to start off by giving a great big shout out of congratulations to all the gentlemen out there who stood up against Gillette's BS campaign against so-called toxic masculinity. All right, there's an update to this story. As we all know, Gillette made a slap jackass out of themselves not too long ago by taking on what they called toxic male behavior. You know what I'm saying? She's addicted to me because my love is so toxic. Down, 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 down. So anyway, they came up with these really lame commercials, boys will be boys, and, in the boardroom. I mean, we've all been through this, you know what I mean? But it seems that Gillette is waving the flag of surrender. Yes, indeed, gentlemen. I'm going to share this article with you so you know what I'm talking about. Of course, you can find it in the description box. And, if you want to read this for yourself. And I really do think that other people should be taking a note of this, Disney, because ultimately the customer is always right. That's right. That's been a saying for a long time now, and it's for good reason. The customer is always right. Say it with me. The customer is always right. Okay? All right. So this article here can be found in thedailywire.com, and it says here, Gillette shifting the spotlight after losing $8 billion amid toxic masculinity backlash. This is by James Barrett. And it goes on to say, just a few weeks after Procter & Gamble reported a sobering $8 billion write-down, Gillette has officially called off its war on toxic masculinity. All right, I will give you an opportunity to cheer for a moment. Yay, as my son would say, yay. Yes, Gillette has called off its war on toxic masculinity. Does that mean that it lost? Yes, that's what it sounds like to me. And now, rise before Zod. And now, kneel before Zod. I win. I always win. Is there no one who can challenge me? And it goes on to say, the embattled brand has announced that it is now shifting the spotlight from social issues to local heroes. Yes. They're shifting the spotlight from social issues to local heroes. While the brand is admitting that it's reversing course on the social issues messaging, Gillette is presenting its new focus as simply a return to what it's always done. We will continue to represent men at their very best, Gillette said in a statement reported by News Corp Australia. Instead of the social issues focus, the brand will begin to highlight positive portrayals of heroic masculinity, as seen in its new ad starring Ben Zeekenheiner, an Australian firefighter and personal trainer. Gillette's toxic masculinity mess began in January when the brand, actually it started before that. See, a lot of guys don't know that Procter & Gamble, they actually did a commercial attacking what I then called the black father's place in the household. I did a video about this probably a couple of years ago before anybody knew anything about Gillette, because I saw what Procter & Gamble was doing by taking the father out of the home. So I peeped them out back then. We've had beef for a long time. That's the reason why I'm following up on this, because I want to see it through to the very end, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Gillette's toxic masculinity mess began in January when the brand released an ad accusing men of excusing bad behavior and portraying traditional masculinity in an entirely negative and stereotypical light. Boys will be boys. Isn't it time we stopped excusing bad behavior? Rethink and take action by joining us at thebestmencanbe.org, the brand tweeted in mid-January. The ad features men engaged in all kinds of bad behavior, including bullying, catcalling, and groping women and violence. And that was just on Saturday night. While a line of men behind grills declare the dismissive mantra, boys will be boys. Hey, you know what that reminds me of? Remember that old Gloria Estefan song? She said, boys will be boys. Bad boys, boys will be boys. And this was a woman now. She said, bad, 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 bad boys. Ooh, you make me feel so good. Remember that? That's when women told the truth. Every woman likes a little bad in her boy, in her man. You know what I'm saying? So let's just stop the bullshit right there. It's just how it is. The ad presents the hashtag #MeToo movement as the moment when the alleged toxic masculinity culture finally changed. There will be no going back because we believe in the best in men. But they are going back, aren't they? You don't need Doc Brown for that. They're just backpedaling, backsliding like Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk back in '84. There'll be no going back because we believe in the best in men, the narrator states. To say the right thing, to act the right way. Some already are, in ways big and small, but some is not enough, because the boys watching today will become the men of tomorrow. You fucking idiots. Okay, and then it goes on to say, the backlash to the scolding and sexist ad was swift and strong. Yes, with many Gillette users taking to social media to announce they were done with the brand. For the next few months, Gillette responded by doubling down on the social justice messaging, releasing a fat acceptance ad, as well as an ad showing a father's first time teaching his female to male transgender child how to shave. Yes, that was a gem. But, as the Daily Wire reported, 7 months after rolling out its toxic campaign, Gillette's parent company, Procter & Gamble, found itself taking an $8 billion write-down for the brand. Despite positive performance overall for Procter & Gamble Company, who enjoyed better than expected profits last quarter, the company ended up reporting a net loss of over $5 billion. The reason? Gillette's nosedive. Procter & Gamble's company, PG.N, quarterly revenue and adjusted profit beat Wall Street's expectations on Tuesday, sending shares to a record high even as the world's #1 personal goods company took an $8 billion charge on its Gillette shaving business. Reuters reported in late July. Procter & Gamble reported a net loss of about $5.24 billion or $2.12 per share for the quarter ended in June 30th due to an $8 billion non-cash write-down of Gillette, the news agency reported. Gillette has given a number of explanations for its heavy losses, most of which was bullshit, including currency fluctuations and more competition over the past 3 years and a shrinking market for blades and razors as consumers in developed markets shave less frequently. The razor industry, Reuters noted, has declined by 11% over the last 5 years, but critics say Gillette is leaving out a key factor, alienating a large percentage of its potential customer base. And of course that's the truth. I mean, you can't just go to war with your actual customers. It's like, I can understand if it was a woman's brand and they decided they were going to shit talk men, but it's a men's brand who has made their billions of dollars off of men, and you decide that, hey, with our new ad campaign, let's attack men. When our slogan is the best that men can be, let's roll out a line of commercials showcasing what we consider the worst that men can be. Yeah, that'll work. So there it is, guys. Like I said, that article is going to be in the description box. You can check it out for yourself. But you know what? This is a major victory. And this week has been like a week of L's. I want you guys to feel very encouraged by what's been going on, because you know what? I'm sensing a change in the tide. I'm sensing that very slowly but surely we're beginning to see signs of optimism here, that the message is finally getting out there, that enough is enough. It's like I talk to people out on the street all the time, all different types of people, you know what I mean, diverse, you name it. And everybody is saying the same thing. They're sick of the outrage culture, they're sick of the bullshit, they're sick of the social justice nonsense. You know what I mean? Everyone is saying this. Men, women, children, I don't care what your race is, what your religion is. It's like we're just tired of being dictated to by these SJWs who are behind the cameras, who are in the writing rooms and stuff like that. Human beings will always be human beings. Men will always be men. Boys will always be boys. You can kiss our collective ass. Now, as far as whether this is going to change things for Gillette, it just might. You know, of course, that's what the comment section is for. Do you think that them backpedaling and abandoning their war on toxic masculinity, is that going to bring you back to spend money with Gillette or Procter & Gamble? As for me, gentlemen, I say, when I say get woke, go broke, I mean broken, okay? No, I'm sorry. It's like there has to be an example that is set going forward into the future. You know what I mean? And when Gillette is within but a few steps from death's door, when all hope is lost, when they are set adrift in a sea of despair, when there's not one bit of hope in the world, then Gillette. you have my permission to die. Alright guys, you can let me know how you feel in the comment section. Like I said before, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. And when you subscribe, of course, hit the notification bell. Make sure you're getting all the notices. I've been told that lots of people are not getting notifications for my new videos. So just make sure that you're still subscribed. I would appreciate that. And of course, guys, you can catch me on Twitter. I will be there. That's it for now, guys. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. I will catch you on the next one. Rock on.